Hi everyone, welcome to UTV Gooner and our show, The Shooting Lone Star with Ram from the Austin Gooners. Hi bro, how are you?
What's up, man? I'm buzzing, man. We It's a big day for us in Austin. Obviously in the morning, that game against Bournemouth, massive roller coaster ride, but great result, right? And then Austin FC played the same night, and we had a similar outcome, 1-0 win with a goal in like the 80th minute. So it was 0-0 to that point, and then just kind of all that emotion just exploded in that 88th minute goal, and we ended up holding on for the win. So it's a very emotional roller coaster of a Saturday for football, man. It's been great. Not complaining at all.
Wow bro, so two late winners for both your teams. That's a proper emotional day.
Hell yeah, man. I'm tired
Uh,
emotionally,
uh,
wasted, but it was good, man. It's incredible, man. I mean, that's why we love the sport. So beautiful examples today, this weekend, man.
yeah,
Great.
bro. It's such a special winning feeling to win a game like that. We always talk about, all right, you much rather win a game comfortably 3-4, 5-0, but winning them late winners as well, the emotion of it is
Yeah.
spectacular. And yesterday's game was so crazy for us to go down so early in the game. They caught us cold. I remember you texting me, he's like, whoa, what happened there? Just it's barely a few seconds into the game and we're 1-0 down. But the fighting spirit we showed, like we kept battling. First half, we completely dominated the rest of that half. We couldn't get the goal, but we played so well. I think it was 80% plus possession, And then second half, unfortunately, they got that second goal, but we kept fighting and we just found the way, got the back that goal from Thomas Partey to get back into it 2-1. Then Ben White's goal to make it 2-2. Then like we're still pushing. We're like, oh, maybe it's not going to be our day today, Couldn't get that winner. But then literally more or less the last kick of the game, Reece Nelson steps up with a beautiful goal. Like with just the composure, the calmness he showed, at that moment in the last few seconds to take that touch and then just bury it the way he did. What a goal! What a win!
Incredible. Yeah, man. Um, Yeah, I don't like us to have to like work so hard to beat Bournemouth. I mean, they're 20th in the league. I mean, they're fighting to stay up, right? Like, so again, right? Not every game in the Premier League is easy. Every game is, it can be like that. But I do want us to not have to make it so difficult. I mean, um, that first goal within 9 seconds was that was the only that's like the one of the very few times this season where I was just like, wow, we looked horrible. Like, it's been such a good ride so far, a lot of ups and downs here and there, but we've never like that was just like really, really bad. And so it was disappointing and I wasn't even upset. It was just like, wow, that's crazy. But man, just on the other side of the coin, as soon as that happened, we dominated possession. We had like 89%, 80% possession to the whole game. We had 31 shots compared to their four. Um, we had like 17 corners and they had one, which they ended up scoring on. Um, but like, yeah, from as immediately from giving up that first goal, you just saw us relentless, man, and that's what I love about this team. Regardless of how things go, there's that belief, and it's come through right in games against Liverpool, United, when we ended up winning in the last minute. Villa, not that long ago. This is just another one of those that gets you to start believing, and then it just shows, how much all the players care about it, how everybody was happy for Reece. I was so happy. I'm happy for him. Like, I'm glad he was the one that scored it. Just because it's been rough. It's been a rough career for him, right? It's always getting injured, can't ever stay consistently healthy, but you see, the kind of player he is when he does get chances to do it. And he's, as you said, man, real composed with that shot. Like it looked like it was going in immediately as his left his foot. I was like, wow, like that's in. And oh man, just it was. Those are the memorable moments, right? I mean, it doesn't even matter who the opponent is, but all these games are difficult. Again, Bournemouth doesn't want to go down; they want to stay up in the Premier League. So, they're fighting for their lives, and then we're fighting to stay ahead of City and all that. So, what a day! What a day!
Yeah, bro. It just that emotion is still I'm still buzzing for it. Yeah, just keep reliving his goal in my brain. Like just that moment, he took the touch, bang, just rifled it in. He was so calm the way he did it, and he came on and made a big difference. He was really threatening down that left hand side. He got an assist as well before that, and it's a great another option for us to have. Hopefully, he won't get injured for the rest of the season. Now he'll be able to go and play in a run of games. We've got the Europa League coming up as well, so chance for him to get some good game time.
Hmm.
And we need all the options possible. And Arteta got the substitution spot on yesterday. Half time, Tommy Yasu was having a bad first half, got Ben White straight into it. Ben White made a big difference as well. He got that second goal, great finish from him as well. And I've got to praise Thomas Partey as well. Like he really drove us forward in that second half, getting that goal to get it back to 2-1. And also the second goal, he played a big part. The way you just chasing down the ball, and he was the whole team was electric. But special praise for Thomas Partey, I think, for his role in getting us back into that game yesterday.
You have to think that his performance yesterday was like almost a direct result of like the amount of rest that he has been able to take, even with that that this past injury that he got, where he essentially missed 3 games, but then we kind of were able to bring him in. So I think we're starting to see the effects of like our deep bench, man. Like we're able to allow him to recover fully, and then when he is I mean, when he's 100%, he's starting straight away, right? I love Jorginho and I love what he's already contributed, but Thomas is our guy, and yeah, I thought he had a brilliant performance. Despite, I mean, he was pretty much at fault for that second goal, but it was sort of, I mean, it's just like the first goal. It was just a total team like just it collapsed, right? Like you're obviously gonna those goals are going to be looked at and worked on as a team. But overall, I thought Thomas Partey had a great performance. Very excellent time for Ben White to have his first Arsenal goal, right? To draw it up, and I thought overall it was great to see Emil Smith Rowe come in. Although the circumstances that he did come in, was because of Leandro Trossard. So like hopefully that injury is not serious. But it was great to see Emil Smith Rowe come back in. He couldn't stay the whole time. I think he was in there for 45 minutes. But I thought he put in a bunch of effort. It wasn't that he was bad. I just think that he's not like 90 minutes or he's not fit enough to play, 50, 60 minutes. And he had just played uh, earlier in the week at the under 21s. So like he's still kind of building his fitness up. But it's good to see him. And yeah, Reese Nelson, I think, was the star, right? It was great to see him. I thought Fabio Vieira did okay. He had some good moments. And it was good to be able, again, same thing. Like it's good to rest Granit Xhaka. Like he needed a rest. That guy's been playing forever. And then when he does come in, you see the kind of authority that he instills into the game, man. So things are looking good, man. And hopefully, from what I understand with like Eddie and Kedia, like it's not a serious injury. It was just like, well, we just have to keep him out. But yeah, so hopefully that looks good, and Trossard looks good too. And I don't know if you saw some video of like them celebrating in the weekend, but or after the game, but Gabriel Jesus was out there in shorts. So it looks like he was like working out with the team during warmups and probably like end of the game, right? So he's like getting back into the flow, man. So yeah, things are looking good right now, man. It was great, just a great moment for a lot of players, and yeah, everybody looked good, man. I feel Tomiyasu is like the only one where I'm a little bit worried about. Like he's had a rough season, and it's almost consistently bad. Not bad, but getting subbed off at halftime is never good. But you saw him celebrating with the rest of the squad. Biggest smile on his face. So everybody understands their role, and they just got to, they're doing their best to help the team. And it's just this team is something special, man. It's incredible to watch.
Yeah, bro, it's special times for us. And with Tommy Yasu, yeah, players will go through bad patches. That happens.
Mm-hmm.
He'll pick up his form soon, but just yeah, amazing times. Got great options. we've seen that Arteta is able to make these changes that are able to affect the game. And as you're saying, it's important keeping players fresh. It's a really good point about with Thomas Partey as well. We're giving him that little bit of a rest after he's recovering from his injury. That's vital to be able to do that as well. So our squad depth's looking good, and we now move on to the game, Europa League game against Sporting Lisbon. So in terms of that one, what would you look to do? Would you look to make some changes, rest some players? I know it's a European competition, we want to win a trophy, but we're in such a great position in the Premier League. Would you now look to rest players for Europa League, or would you want to go all out full strength to try and win that competition as well?
Yeah, I don't know too much about Sporting. I do know that it's away, so it's going to be tricky. Quick glance at they're in the Portugal Premier League or whatever it's called. They're fourth place right now. Um, I don't know. I guess maybe I'd like to see us maybe try and go somewhat full strength, at least for the first leg. See what we can do. See if we can not maybe we can get a good cushion in terms of like getting ahead of them. Maybe hopefully I'm not discounting them or anything, but it'd be nice to get a 2-3-0 win, and then maybe do some more rotation for the second game and rest players and have them on the bench just in case we need to bring some of our full strength guys uh, to snag a win. I'd like us to see. I'd like to see us, excuse me, try to win Europa League, but not at the expense of the league. So yeah, I just kind of, at least for this first game, I kind of like to see them go full strength, see what kind of lead we can put together. Uh, and if it doesn't go our way, maybe we don't prioritize trying to advance, or if you will. Like it'd be nice to. I'm kind of starting to believe that it's time to go 100% into the league, man. Um, with that being said, I think we need like 4 more wins to where I can comfortably say, "Hey, man, we're back in Champions League." So once we get those 4 wins, I'm getting there to the point where I'm starting to believe, like, okay, I'm going to start talking about doing the thing this year. Um, yeah, so it's exciting time. So yeah, man, I don't think Arteta is going to be somebody who's just going to like slag off the Europa League, but we'll see what happens, right? Only he knows. Only you know what I mean.
Yeah, bro, I'll be interested to see what he does. It's such a great position in the Premier League. I've had to wait so long, to win the Premier League that I think all out to win the Premier League, look to rest players of Europa League, maybe until the semi-final stage. At that point, look to play stronger teams. Then obviously, definitely in the final. But yeah, I would look to rest players for sure. Majority of our players for this game and concentrate on the Premier League. So talking of the Premier League, and our next game, and that is Fulham. Before we talk about that Fulham game, just get your thoughts on the games that have gone by this weekend for our rivals. So starting with Man City, they seem to have quite a routine win against Newcastle on Saturday. Saw bits of that game, the early kickoff. They won 2-0. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I slept through that one, but I watched some of the highlights. I wasn't really too like optimistic about Newcastle giving them any trouble at all. I mean, I was hopeful, but I didn't. My alarm went off at 6 in the morning, and I was like, you know what? I just don't feel it today, so I just slept in, and I'm glad I did because yeah, it was kind of a waste. Um, yeah, it sucks, but City is also they're going to start turning it up a little bit too, man, because they're right in the thick of things as well. They're chasing us, and they also have a couple big games. I mean, they play Crystal Palace coming up, so yeah, it's yeah. I wasn't too what's the word, like disappointed in what happened with that City and Newcastle result. It was kind of expected, So yeah, not too much, not too many thoughts on that one.
Okay. Then I think this is the last time we can say this now. I think it's put to bed now. We heard a lot from Man United fans saying they're still in the title race, but after today's result, I think we
Yeah,
can look at them as a threat. But let's talk about their result today because it was a shocking result for them. The score finished Liverpool 7, Man United 0. Your thoughts on that game?
Hey man, yeah, that's exactly the thing. I asked a couple of the people who I like to talk mess with, that are United fans, like, hey man, are they still in the race? Like, do we still got to watch out for United? Um, got some negatives, right? Like, I don't think that, yeah, they're done in terms of the title race is concerned. I don't even think they were really. I mean, they were like sort of a dark horse, if you will. Like, they're like right there, maybe, but this kind of puts that to bed a little bit. Horrible result. Like, I watched it, and it was a pretty solid first half, man. Um, Cody Gakpo scored like toward the end, right? But it didn't look like, it wasn't like a super dominant either way. It was like very evenly matched. And even after that 1-0, like even after going ahead 1-0, I was like, okay, like give it some time, like we'll see what happens. I think, United can kind of make this a game. Um, but then Darwin Nunez and then Cody Gakpo scored again in the first 5 minutes of the second half. And I was just like, yeah. So I didn't expect it to get to 7. But the more I watched, the more you just saw the collapse, and it was pretty bad, man. And it's very surprising to see, this United team collapse. They did it once early on against City, and obviously that Brentford game was like the sort of like the line in the sand. That was really bad. So that's like this is a third like really really bad loss for the squad. So um, obviously, I think Eric Ten Hag is going to be the guy, is their guy, obviously, and they've found a good run of form as of late, but today was just like there's losses, and it is only a 3 point, like it's only worth 1 or 3 points or no points, but this is an ugly loss, man, and so who knows? We'll see how they respond, whether it's sort of a sign of things to come or just kind of like one of those one-off things, like a blip. But this is the third one-off this year, so who can really say, like that's why I never believed they were title contenders to begin with, because they're capable of a result like this. So um yeah, it's almost unfair to laugh at them, but you gotta laugh at it a little bit, just because, yeah, dude, it was it was bad, man. I was saying like, hey man, let's see if they go for 8. Like let's like they just weren't. After the third goal, 50th minute, you could just see everybody checked in. They were done, man. So yeah, a good teams, championship contending teams don't collapse like that. And I guess that's the last thing I'll say about them. But Liverpool's a scary team, man. I was worried about that. That's the only negative about this, is that Liverpool is now like on top of the moon, man. I'm worried about them because we got them at Anfield. Um, so that's going to be a big match. I mean, it was going to be a big match to begin with, but it's looming, and I'm starting to get a little scared about Liverpool, man. I don't know how you feel. I know
Yeah,
you said like we're levels above
they're
them.
right, but not too long, was it? A week ago, so they got smashed 2 weeks ago, was it maybe? They got smashed by Real Madrid. I know Real Madrid are a very good team, but we're a
Yeah,
very good team. The way Liverpool set up as well, I think, we could have a lot of joy against them now at Anfield. The way Real Madrid did, I think we can go over and beat them. I know we've got a terrible record at Anfield in recent times, but I think this season is the season we're gonna break that sequence of wins they've had against us there. So, yeah, they are looking good, but I'm not worried about them. We're just flying, and we're going to go into that game hopefully full of the confidence we've got. We've got a few games out on paper before we play them that we should be winning, but as we saw against Bournemouth, no game on paper is easy in the Premier League.
you got to
Never.
show up, man. And I mean, credit to Bournemouth, man. They showed up and they took advantage of it. And even though they put 11 guys in the box, they were tough to break. But that style of play, you know, it's never like reliable. And as we saw, man, again, as we saw Arsenal, man, just relentless, and you know, finally pulled the thing out. But yeah, exactly as you said, every game is different, and it's starting to get like real terrifying. Every game is just so nerve wracking.
Yeah, bro, that's like this is it now. We're getting towards that running. It's only 12 games to go. It sounds like a lot, but it's not a lot at the same time, And before you know it, we're going to be down to the final 10 games, and every game is so much pressure on. So next game is Fulham away. Difficult game. We know, they're a good team on their day. They gave us a good game here. It was a very tight game against them here, and we've had some good results, at home against some of the better teams. So we're gonna have to be on that game. It's a London derby. We got this game as well on Thursday. I don't know. We said we're not sure what Arteta will do, how many of our first 11 he'll play in that game. But then having that short turnaround on Sunday to play against Fulham, they're gonna have a whole week to prepare for the game. So it's gonna be difficult. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, Fulham are a tough team, man. They grind out wins, and they won 1-0. Or actually, what was the last Premier League game they played? Was against Wolves, 1-1, and then they play tomorrow against Brentford. So yeah, tough team. Um, they're going to be tough at home at the Craven Cottage or whatever they call it. Yeah, that one. I don't think is going to be one that we can just easily write off. They're seventh in the table, better than Chelsea and Brighton and Brentford. Like they're pushing for what is it, a Europa League spot at the very least, right? Should maybe even like they could even throw their hat potentially in like to try and fight for that fourth spot. They're playing strong. I like the way they play. They got Willian, who's kind of have a career resurgence there with him, just kind of annoying. But yeah, I'm actually very nervous about that. It's going to be a big one here at the Tavern, man. I don't have very many details, but I know we're going to get. There's a journalist because we have South by Southwest. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's like a big music interactive and like a tech conference that people come like from all over the world to do it. So there's going to be a bunch of people coming in from England. Somebody from goal.com, which I guess is a big website. They're going to come in and watch the watch party with us. So it's going to be pretty cool. I don't have a ton of details, but Fulham will be fun, man. We'll be buzzing, and yeah, hopefully we get 200 plus at the tavern for that one. Starting to get real, man. Starting to get real.
Yeah, bro. Exciting time. So what's your before the correct score prediction for the Fulham game? What's your correct score prediction for Sporting Lisbon game?
Ooh, yeah. You know what? Like I said earlier, I kind of want us to go full strength, see if we can't get up 2-0, 3-0. I don't know anything about Sporting, so um, all I know is that they're fourth in the table, and I just checked that right now. So I'm gonna say 3-0, but only because I want us to just come out pedal to the metal and just put it on these guys. Um, and I think we thrive in those situations, right? We're challenged. So let's do it, man. 3-0 to the Arsenal.
Okay, and your prediction for the game against Fulham?
Ooh, that one's going to be scary. I'm going to say another 2-1, and I think it's 1-1 for a while, and then hopefully it's not like another late 97th at the minute, last minute winner. But I think it's tight. It's a tight game. I think we go up 1-0. I think they equalize. I think they're a really, really good side, and they're dangerous at home. But then we get the 3 points anyway and win 2-1. What do you say? You're always more confident than I am, and I'm always like freaking out. Like,
I think we're gonna get a comfortable win. The confidence we're gonna take from this game, this run of games we've gone now, winning and going there. As you say, they are a good team, certainly from the league table. That shows it, but we got too much for them. I think. They're going to be at home, so they're going to try and come onto us. That's going to suit us, and I see it being an open game. Going to go for 3-1.
that's true. That's a good point too, right? Like Bournemouth was just, even if they didn't get that goal in the 92nd, like that was what they were gonna do all day. Was just sit 11 in the box and just park the bus, right? Is what you call it. So yeah, this is gonna be, as you said, hopefully a little bit more wide open. And you're right, it does play to our advantage. Um, yeah. So see, we just need to tighten up like just those basic mistakes. Like I feel like we don't give away a ton of goals, right? Like we're a good defensive unit on our best days. Like we look incredible a lot of times, but the goals we do concede are always just like silly. And you probably say that about every team and every goal, but like I don't know. I feel like for us, especially lately, like some of the goals we give up are just real frustrating. Like, come on, man, like we got to do better than that. But yeah, because a lot of the games, a lot of the 3-2 games, we've dominated as well. Like I'm thinking about the United game, the 4-2 Villa, um, even the Liverpool match. Like even though these are high scoring 3-2 affairs that were really close, like if you look at the stats and if you just watch the way we play, like we just dominate and our style is so relentless that we're able to just kind of wear the opponent down. But I almost feel like we don't need to be doing that all the time. Like we need to like tighten it up and just not keep we got to like bury teams. Um, and hopefully that starts with this one right here. So hopefully I'm wrong in the score, and I'm hoping it's like what you say, like a more comfortable 3-1 win. But I'm still a little bit nervous and like that. It's just gonna be tough. Every game is starting to be tough. It looks like we're starting to kind of feel a little bit of the pressure, but at the same time, like we're responding very, very well. So I'm still encouraged, and I'm still very optimistic. It's just I'm getting a little nervy.
Yeah, bro, it's that weird emotion where you're excited and nervous.
Yeah,
Fulham, they're not gonna play like way Everton did. The likes of Bournemouth, we saw sitting back a lot, time wasting. I don't see them doing that. I see them more, trying to attack us. So that sort of style should be suiting us, and we can pick them off quite comfortably, I think. But either you don't know, they might decide to just see that it's been working for other teams to sit back a lot and try and time waste and foul a lot. They might go for that route. You don't know, but from what I've seen of them play this season, they've been attacking at home. They've been trying to go and score goals. They got a very dangerous player in their striker. So yeah, I think this sort of game is going to suit us well, and it should be a comfortable win. I hope so, because
yeah,
after yesterday, no, the heart needs an easier game to watch, not so stressful. So yeah,
no kidding, man.
let's hope it's a nice, comfortable win. All right, bro. Let's just finish with some predictions on some of the other key fixtures next weekend. So Man City have got Palace away next. Hopefully, Patrick Vieira, Sambi Lokonga can do us a favor there, get a result against them. What's your thoughts on that one?
Ooh, man, Palace has been disappointing me lately. Like they're not getting like all like the results that they need to be getting. They should be much higher in the table than they are right now, man. Uh, but they're tough. They're a tough side at home, so I need to see something from them. I hope they can draw. I'm more optimistic about Palace taking points away from City than I was about Newcastle. Um, but Palace in the past 5 games, their form they've lost 2 and drawn 3. They lost 1-0 to Villa, 2 1-1 draws, and a 0-0 draw against Liverpool, and then they lost 4 games or 5 games ago, 2-1 to United. So squeaking out results, and they're not getting any wins, but they're getting draws. So they're doing that, and they held a high scoring Liverpool to a 0-0 draw. So hopefully I'm gonna say 1-1 draw that's me being optimistic, but 1-1 draw, and we have an opportunity to widen the gap, if you will.
That would be great. Let's hope Palace can do that for us. And then, so it's nice to say this because none of these fixtures concern us, but some of the bigger games coming up in the Premier League next weekend. Leicester City against Chelsea.
Oh, Chelsea finally got that win, man. Got a goal, right? 1-0. So good for them, I guess. I don't think they're gonna like I guess like maintain that I mean maybe they will. I don't know. That's a tough one to that's a tough one to predict. I'm gonna go I'm gonna go another 1-1 draw. I don't think Chelsea has enough firepower to like dominate teams. And I think Leicester is just one of those wild card teams that, they're almost like a little bit of like Leeds, a little bit. Not as exciting, but they might go out and score a bunch of goals. They also might go out there and put up an absolute stinker. And yeah, we'll say 1-1 draw. So just both mid-table teams. It's gonna be ugly and boring.
Okay, Tottenham, I've got Nottingham Forest.
Oh man, I don't know if you watched Tottenham or Nottingham Forest and Everton today. That was a pretty exciting one, back and forth. 2-2 draw. Nottingham, I don't think is at risk of relegation, or where are they at right now? 26 points. Relegation is 22. Oh yeah, so they're kind of down there. Nottingham has been playing teams tough. I'm gonna go. Nottingham should have beaten Tottenham, or at least not have lost 2-0. Like, I thought Tottenham was very lucky to beat Nottingham away. So I think Nottingham gets the revenge, and it's 2-1 Forest, and we continue to see Tottenham just. I didn't watch their most recent match. They did lose to Wolves 1-0. I mean, all that firepower. They're starting to just not. I don't even think about them. But 2-1 Nottingham.
Okay, bro. And last one, Man United are playing Southampton.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't know, man. Southampton is a hapless team. I think I think United bounces back with like a 2-0 win. But it's not. It's like two later goals. Like, it's 0-0 for a long time. Southampton's another team. All these relegation battling teams, you're starting to see like a lot of fight. Like, you see, besides the Everton match against us, like, Everton has been playing pretty tough, even though they're not getting the results, and they're in danger. And I probably say the same thing about Southampton. Like, they very inconsistent. There's a reason they're at the bottom of the table, but their past 5 games, they've won 1-0 to Leicester and 1-0 against Chelsea, and a lot of 1-0 losses. So they play tight games. So I think it'll be like 2-0 though for United though.
Okay, bro. Man, great times, exciting. Big week coming up. Europa League, Fulham. So much football. So great to watch. Let's hope our boys can get it done. 2 wins.
Let's go.
I look forward to discussing that with you on our next show. Hopefully, it's that time of the season. As I was saying to you, bro, it's just we're starting to approach. We're in March, April, May. That's it. The business end of the season now, and let's hope we can continue to keep this going. We're in a good run right now, and sometimes they say things are written in the stars, and it's like fate. We've seen we've had these late winners, and another thing as well. A lot of things have been going against us. Because again, VAR. I don't know what VAR was doing against Bournemouth. Surely one of them penalty calls is a handball. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But whatever's coming against us, we managed to overcome it all, keep getting the wins, even if it's right at the end of the game, like yesterday. But
All we need, man, we just need the 3 points. I don't care how it happens. Yeah, but I'm starting to believe, man, just because of the way we're just always responding to all kinds of crazy adversity. Like, I can't say it enough. Like, past Arsenal teams that when I've watched, giving up a goal like right off the bat, you would see us collapse, and it would just be so disappointing to watch. But that's why I wasn't even worried. 9 seconds in, I was frustrated, like, what the fuck, man? But I was like, oh, immediate response. I was just like, okay, at very least, even going down 2-0, I was just like, at very least, we're gonna, like, I can still see us drawing. Immediately after that, going down 2-0, I was like, I can still see us draw at the very, so just keep at it. And sure enough, the goals come, man. You just got to keep going. And I love that about this team. Regardless of what happens, regardless of, like, yeah, whatever happens, happens, right? We got 12 games to go, but this team is one of the best. It's easily the best team I've ever seen as an actual supporter, but it's going to go down as one of our most exciting teams in a long time.
yeah,
Good
for sure, bro. Still such a young team as well. Gonna get better and
Yeah.
better. It's great times for us. So that's all from us. Thanks, bro.
My pleasure, man. And I look forward to talking to you again. Hopefully, we get 2 more wins and some more exciting Austin FC results. Let's go, boys.
Yeah, let's go, boys. Come on. So that's all from us. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share.